Hello everybody, it's Denise with Cake Crumbs. Happy Labor Day. As promised, I'm gonna be cooking today. Well, I kind of goofed a little bit and I thought I had taken out the chicken breast to defrost so I can make my chicken on a stick, but I took out some boneless, skinless thighs. So I might have to change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna cook that somehow. I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, but I'm still gonna make some mac and cheese, and instead of the peanut butter cookies, I had a hankering for some cinnamon rolls. Ooh. I have a great recipe for some cinnamon rolls. It's gonna knock your socks off, I promise. So let's get started. I'll see you right here in this kitchen. Bye. Hi, welcome back. So for my chicken, I decided that I'm gonna go with a South American Asian flair. So I'm going to create a marinade and then let it soak in there for a little while I start on my cinnamon rolls. But I'm starting off with some boneless, skinless thighs. I've already washed and patted them dry, and I'm just gonna cut all the visible fat off of there. Excuse my mess, I'm in the middle of redecorating, remodeling my kitchen, little by little. This is going to be so tasty. I'm going to cut them up into like 1-inch bite-sized pieces, and I'm going to still put them on the skewer. They're going to be delicious. Oh, thank everybody for all the comments and messages that they're sending me. I really appreciate it. I gotta think of things to say for like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna start having a show. I don't know what to say. Maybe I'll have like guest speakers on here. Guest taste testers. How do you like that? Anybody volunteer? Want to come taste my food? For all of you that don't know me personally, I wear many hats. Besides loving to cook and bake for y'all, I'm also a nurse. I work in psych and mental health. I'm also a life coach. I've been a life coach for over 10 years. I really love helping people. I also love music, very much so. I thought about going to, studying music and getting a degree in music. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be like a band director or anything like that. I wanted to see the world. Okay, I'll come back when I'm done with this chicken. I'll show you how to put the marinade together. Okay, so I've got all my chicken, took all the fat that I could and cubed it, maybe 1-inch pieces. I have changed my cutting boards, got a new one so I can cut my vegetables, and let's get to making the marinade, okay? Okay, for my marinade, I've got all my ingredients together. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm going to use a couple of cloves of garlic, the juice of 2 limes, and I'm going to get some of that zest in here, throw that in there. It's going to be nice and delicious. I'm going to use a teaspoon of each of cumin, chili powder, paprika, and just a sprinkle of pepper flakes. And while I was in Michigan, we went to a store called Fustini's. Oh my goodness. They have flavored vinegars, balsamic vinegars, and olive oils. I'm going to use the Persian lime olive oil. It's going to be good. I tasted all of these. I bought 2 packs. I know, I can't help myself. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this. And some ginger. For all of you that don't know how to peel ginger, you can just take your spoon and you can just peel it like that and it comes right off. The skin comes right off. Super easy. Okay, I'm gonna put all that in the bowl and whisk it together. Okay, I'm gonna start by putting all the liquid ingredients first. I got my 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm just gonna put it right here in a little mixing cup. Measuring cup. I'll throw my brown sugar in there. Ooh, it smells so good. Again, this is the Persian lime fustinis. I'm going to tag them in my video. If you don't have this, of course, you can use regular extra virgin olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever you prefer. I'm just looking for some awesome flavor. Then I'm going to do a teaspoon of each of these dry ingredients, except for the red pepper flakes. I'm just going to sprinkle it. And then I'm going to grate the lime so I can get the zest in here. Can you see what I'm doing? Boy, I'm putting that lime in with the olive oil and then the zest and the lime juice. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, that should be enough. I've got my garlic thingamajiggy here. I don't know what I did with my lemon squeezer thing. So guess what? I'm the lemon squeezer. Lime squeezer, sorry. If your limes are a little bit too hard, what you can do is you can roll them. And that'll soften up the pulp and everything in there and get that juices out. So I'm just gonna whisk this together. Look at that. Ooh, that smells so good. Now you can add salt and pepper if you want. I don't really use too much salt because it's got the soy sauce in there, so I think that's enough, but feel free to add some more if you want some more. So once that's all combined because of the sugar and it all gets in there, then you can just pour that over the chicken, which I got right here. I'm just gonna pour that in there. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Make sure you get it all in there. We don't want to waste any of that goodness. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Ooh, yummy. So you just want to make sure it's all incorporated in there. Oh, that smells so good. So I'm going to put all this in a Ziploc baggie and then let it marinate in the refrigerator. And then I'm going to move on to my next item. Probably the mac and cheese, or maybe I'll start the cinnamon rolls. I don't know. Yummy. We'll be back. Okay, so I got all my chicken together in a Ziploc bag. And you just want to make sure you kind of give it a little squeeze so that all the bits and pieces get some of that marinade goodness. I've already got my dishes washed. I'm going to dry them and put them away. And then we're going to start on our mac and cheese. I'll see you back. Oh, you want to put this in the refrigerator, marinate it for at least 30 minutes. You can do it overnight. You can do it for an hour, a couple hours, whatever you like. And I've got some skewers here because I'm going to make them in the air fryer, but I'm going to soak them in water for at least 30 minutes. You can make them on the outdoor grill. You can make them on the stovetop, in the oven, however you want to do them. But if you're going to use these skewers, make sure you soak them in water so they don't burn. Okay. Welcome back. I'm going to start with the cheese sauce. I've got my water ready to boil. I put some salt in it for my pasta. Turns out I'm going to make shells and cheese. I didn't have enough macaroni. But shells and cheese, that's good. I've got a couple of tablespoons of butter that I'm going to put over medium heat. I'm going to let that melt. And I'm going to throw probably a tablespoon or two of some all-purpose flour to thicken that up. I've got some whole milk. I've got my seasonings, my garlic salt, just a dash of nutmeg, paprika, onion powder, pepper, a little bit of salt if you need some. Got a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cream cheese, and I've got my mixed cheeses in here. I've got sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, mozzarella. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm gonna let that just melt. I don't know if you can see that. Show you melted butter. Higher a little bit. Let that come to a melt and put that flour in there. Okay, so the butter's all melted. The water's getting hot. I'm going to put just a little bit of flour in here. We're going to make sure that that browns up nice. You can turn your macaroni and cheese into like buffalo mac and cheese, or add blue cheese, or whatever kind of cheeses you like. You can add some bacon, some chicken, shrimp. It's cooking up that flour. I'm gonna make sure it turns a light brown first, because then I know with me, I've been cooking for so long that I can taste it when the flour's not cooked. I know, I'm a snob. Sorry. You see that? I'm not making very much, just a little bit, so you know, of course, if you're cooking for a big family, you'd use a whole lot more of the ingredients. But I just want to give you some basic mac and cheese ideas. You're gonna love it. You know, I'm standing right over the hot stove because I can't get all of it in. I'm so new at this. On Sunday, my producer and I are going to go over some ideas on what we can do for my show. Hopefully it'll be something good, something you'll like, something that'll keep you coming back, watching for more. Oh, it's turning nice and light golden brown, as they say in the baker's world. This is almost starting to boil, so I will put my shells in just as soon as I see that. I did put some salt in there. Did I mention that? Okay, this is the color that I want. And I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to slowly add some milk. I don't know if you can see. I want to whisk it in slowly, that way your flour doesn't clump up. You want a smooth sauce. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? You can use evaporated milk. You can use heavy cream. Ooh, that'll make it so good. But I'm trying to not use so many calories, you know. I had a very nice vacation. Not that this is low calorie, because it's not. I make no apologies. Love me or leave me, I say. Okay, we'll let that come to a slow boil, and I'll see if I need to add some more milk. Which I probably will, but I want this to thicken up first a little bit. This is coming to a boil, so I'm going to add my pasta. Just going to give that a quick stir. Okay. Let that cook. I can start adding my seasonings. Just gonna flavor to taste. Some garlic salt, some pepper, onion powder, some paprika, and just a little hint of nutmeg. It's coming along nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the milk. I put about 2 cups in here of whole milk. Like I said, if you want to lower the calorie content, you know, you can add skim milk, 1%, 2%, whatever you like. Or if you want to go up higher, you know, add evaporated milk, heavy cream. So once that's starting to thicken up, I'm going to go ahead and add my cream cheese. That way that can start melting, because that takes forever. I cut it into little cubes. That way it'll be melting faster. Give this a little stir. It doesn't stick. Okay, I'm going to let that all melt before I incorporate the rest of my cheeses. I'll see you in a bit. So this is melting nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add all my cheeses. Just give that a good stir. Let that all come together, let it melt. It's gonna be yummy. And I've got my pan ready, because I'm gonna bake it in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm gonna add a little topping to make it nice and crunchy on top. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, this cheese is melting nicely. Look at this. Ooh. Doesn't that look yummy? Almost done. Pasta's almost done. I'll come back at you when I'm ready to assemble. Okay, my pasta's cooked just a little al dente. That's a little firm, because you don't want it to overcook while it's in the oven, right? You don't want mushy mac and cheese. So, and my cheese is just about done, so I'm gonna throw this in there. And little suckers, you're all coming with me. Turn this off. I'm just gonna stir this up. I think I may have made too much cheese sauce. Is that even a thing? I don't think so. So I've got my square baking dish, and I put some cooking spray on it just in case I don't want my pasta to stick. And I'm just gonna pour it all in the pan. Let's see. Can you see me? Now for the piece de resistance, I am going to crush some Ritz crackers. I know, just give it a try. I'm gonna crush them and sprinkle them on top. Okay, I've got my Ritz crackers. Just gonna take a few of them here. I'm probably thinking, what is she doing? You can use breadcrumbs if you want to. So it's going to get nice and toasty up on top. I could have had these prepared, but I wanted you to see me do it. And add as much as you like or as little as you like. I like to just make sure that it's all coated. And there's no right or wrong. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Everything's cooked, so it just needs to brown on here and let the cheese get all nice and bubbly with all the pasta. I'll see you in a bit. So my mac and cheese is out of the oven. I decided to put some bacon on it. Look at that. Oh, yummy. Now normally I would put a lot of cheese on top before I put it in the oven, and then maybe put some of those Ritz crackers and bacon or whatever I want to add to it, but I'm trying to lower my calorie content. Not that this is low calorie again, but it will take some calories off. And that's what I'm shooting for, because, you know, Mama's got a gut. Now let's see how it tastes. Look at that. Yummy, right? Let's taste it. If it was hot, I'll probably burn my mouth, but that's okay. With those crackers on top, that's got crunchiness. You don't miss all that extra cheese that I left out. You don't even know it. It's really good. You gotta try it. Hi, welcome back. So I've got my chicken that's been marinating overnight, and I've got my skewers that have been soaking in water so I can put them in the air fryer and they won't burn. I'm just gonna put them in here one at a time. See, I got little bite-sized pieces. And I'm just gonna feed them on here. This marinade, you can use beef, shrimp, vegetables, whatever you like. You can alternate with vegetables as well, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just using chicken today. See how many pieces I'm gonna put together. Okay. You could have saved some extra sauce before you put it in the marinade. That way you can either cook it on the stovetop and then drizzle it at the end. I just put it all in there. My dough's ready to roll out and start making the cinnamon rolls. I'm excited about that. Almost tripled in size. Very exciting. Making a mess, but that's okay. Can you see what I'm doing? Hope y'all are having a great day. I know y'all probably went back to work. This smells really good. If y'all ever have any questions, feel free to email me at cakecrumbs@gmail.com. I'll probably get to your messages a lot quicker than leaving them for me on Facebook. I was looking back at the recordings I did yesterday when I started this. The lighting makes me look like I have no hair. Yum. Okay. Oh, one more. You can smell the chili powder and the lime. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to preheat my air fryer to 380, and then I'm going to stick these babies in. Here's my air fryer grill. I've already sprayed it with some nonstick spray, and I'm going to heat this in the air fryer like on 380 degrees, and then once it's been heated for about 5 minutes, then I'm going to place my skewers on there for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side until they're light and crispy. I'll see you then. I've got my chicken in the air fryer. This is my dough. It was actually way higher than this. I just gave it a few punch. So I'm going to put it out onto a floured baking mat, and then I'm going to knead it for just a couple of minutes. It should just pop out like that. Super easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some flour on top. Not too much, just so that it's not so sticky. Put some flour on my hands. I don't know if you can see any of this, but oops. Okay. That looks good. So what I'm going to do, just for convenience, I'm going to use half at a time. Put that over to the side. I'm going to try to get this in a rectangle as best I can, but you don't have to be perfect. I need more flour. Okay. So I've got it rolled out as much as a rectangle as I can. You don't have to be perfect, but I'm going to spread my cinnamon and brown sugar mixture all over here. Oop, that's my chicken. Please hold. Okay, so I've spread out my sugar, and I'm going to very carefully, I'm going to roll this up. Just nice and easy. So I've got my first roll here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it and I'm going to place it in my greased and floured baking dish, 13 by 9. And then once I get them all in there, then I'm going to let them set for a little while so they can rise again. I'm starting on my second one. Okay, so I've got them all rolled and sliced and put in this pan, and I'm going to cover them with the dish towel again, and I'm going to let them set for probably another at least 30 minutes. I want them to rise, double in size again. I will be right back. These are my chicken skewers that I just took out of my air fryer. Doesn't that look good? They smell yummy. Welcome back. So my rolls have doubled. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? So now they're ready to go into the oven at 375 degrees for like 18 to 22 minutes, but you want to keep an eye on them. And what I do is I take some heavy cream, I warm it up just a bit just to get the chill off of it, and I pour it on top. Can you see me? Yeah. Just pour it on top. Makes those extra delicious when they're baking. I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Then I'm gonna come back and make my cream cheese topping, which it's very simple. I'm gonna use 1 package of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 stick of butter softened, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and about a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I just took them out of the oven. I baked them at 375 for 25 minutes. That looked delicious. I'm so excited. So now I'm gonna let them cool. I have made the cream cheese frosting. Very simple recipe. I just took 1 package of cream cheese, 1 stick of butter, both of them softened, and 2 cups of powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. And there we go. So once they cool, I will frost them. Yummy. I'll be back. So my cinnamon rolls have been cooled and frosted. I want you to look at that. Cut it open so you can see how thick they are. You ready to try these with me? Those are yummy. Now there's a reason that I cut calories on a lot of things, so I can have stuff like this and have no guilt. Okay.